We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Miami Dolphins. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. You look at this Patriots defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally, you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they've been terrific right from the word go. Came in as the number 1 rated unit against the pass in the NFL after just 1 week.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And going deep for Hill. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Dolphins need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And he is going to lose yardage here. Bradley Chubb came in and got him. This defense for the Dolphins, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
They'll throw with May. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's May. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Good footwork at the 30. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now a 2nd and 2. Achane here. They stay on the ground. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Dolphins at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Steps away. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
A give, running right, Achane. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Keion White got in there for the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Tua going to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Back deep for New England is Marcus Jones. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. That one is blown up by Jordan Brooks, the linebacker.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. Again, it's Henderson. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Throwing here is May. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 2nd quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On play action, here's Tua. It's Hill, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the blood.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. 3rd and 5. Looking to pass. Tua. They set up the screen. Achane has it. He's got room at the 30. He's still on his feet. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, 37 yards. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
So this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. He'll find Henderson out of the backfield here. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
To the air, May. And that is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's May. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Here's Bryce Behringer now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Off the play action, Tagovailoa on the move to his left. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Pats are going to take possession here at their own 33. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that. but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Second and 10. Looking to throw. May. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the gun, it's May. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, May with it. That's complete. Demario Douglas with it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Patriots will get a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Now a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And his kick is indeed good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with a 14-3 advantage already, we'll see how much they want to try to push things, if at all.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Tua sets up to pass it. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 20. Five-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
They set up the screen for Henderson.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
From the shotgun, it's May. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
2nd and 13. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Down the right sideline. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots 17. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle from 17 yards out. And the Dolphins take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback. And this throw will be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second down and 6 now. Again, it's Achane. And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots 44. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Here's Tua. Being chased out left.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Flush to his right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Sanders' kick is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3.
So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
Running room at the 50. Look out. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Big strides. Look at him go.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Patriots are able to cut into that deficit.
So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point.
And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Short throw going to be caught by Waller.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man and try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Up the middle, Achane.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Dolphins on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They're going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
Here's Jones. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. TreVeyon Henderson, 63 yards. And the Patriots have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Asante Samuel Jr. there finding his way to the ball for a stop and a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Tua. Out to his left. That's caught by Waller out left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Running right, here's Achane. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 26. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Now a toss right side. Achane with it. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Fighting to the ball carrier there was Carlton Davis, and he finishes that play off.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
On 2nd and 12, Tua steps away to his left. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Tua. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's May. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Henderson. And he'll get about 6 there before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly.
In this situation, The dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Throwing here is May. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
They'll throw with May. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Back to throw again. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. To the air, May. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
May going to try and throw for it. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Here's 3rd and 6.
Back to throw is Tua, rolling to his left.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he is going to have a Miami first down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
On the handoff, it's Achane.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they will take a knee here.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Miami, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin.